Hello, everyone. How are you? Welcome to our weekly style snack. Every Wednesday, I go live at 1 p.m. Eastern Time to share a style snack with you. And today, we are beginning a series that I'll tell you about in just a minute. So go ahead and leave your questions, comments now, and then we'll chat at the end, which is always my very favorite part. So, for most of us, life has changed over the last couple of years. After spending so much time at home, more jobs have the option to work remotely. More families are homeschooling, and life has become more centered around the home again. Groceries and food from just about every restaurant can be delivered. Curbside pickup means you don't even have to get out of your car and go into most stores. Movies are being released through streaming almost simultaneously with the theaters now, which can I just tell you, I've been waiting all my life for that. With fewer places to go and fewer people to see, cozy and comfortable has become a way of life and it's changed how we dress. How many memes, videos, and embarrassing stories have you heard about inappropriate appearances during Zoom meetings? Whether it's their appearance or someone came on screen and didn't know the video was running. Oh my gosh, that hasn't happened to me yet, but it's only a matter of time. Um, Sorry, I gave myself the giggles. And what about the mullet of outfits? Can you guess what an outfit mullet looks like? I want you to visualize it just briefly, and then I'll show you. I have so many good ones here. My coworkers and me ready for another day of Zoom meetings. Oh my gosh. That one was just too funny not to share, but I'll share one with a girl in it now because I think most of us here are female. Um, this is the mullet of outfits. It's business up top, nap time on the bottom, a nice blouse, your makeup and hair are done, and then you've got sweatpants and slippers on the bottom, right? I think a lot of people do that these days, and then occasionally they're required to stand up, and that's when hilarity ensues. But others didn't even bother with the business up top and stayed in their pajamas full time for months and months because they didn't have to, right? Everyone has coped in different ways. But now another shift is happening, and some people are more than ready to start wearing their nice clothes every day. Many workplaces have downgraded their dress code to be more casual and almost anything goes. And then, hold on, I think I've got another picture for you. I really can't hardly see this without my glasses, but I'm just trying. Gone are the days when business suits were the typical at every workplace. You dressed your very nicest, no matter what your job was. And that has changed over the years, but it's become even more casual these days, even in the really top professional environments. So, those are the two kind of extremes. You've seen the woman wearing her formal gown to the grocery store just because that's the only way she's ever going to get to wear it. And then we've got the pajama crowd. But other people have adapted to the cozy craze and have no intention of going back to anything that requires a button, zipper, or waistband ever again. And then there's the group that I'm talking to today. Because, everybody can do what they want. That is all you. No judgment from me. If your workplace and lifestyle or whatever allow it, wear it. But there is the group who really do want to look nice, but can't forget the comfort of months of pajamas and how great that felt. Or being at home more means that their daily lives are just messier than when they went into work. Some had career changes and their new circumstances don't match their old wardrobes. There are a lot of reasons that our wardrobes and the dressing requirements have changed. I was a stay-at-home mom of 6 kids for 11 years. I've been a work-from-home mom for 4 years, and I've always gotten up and gotten dressed unless I was so sick that I couldn't get out of bed. I've also lived through other quarantines. The first 6 months after the triplets were born, we had to quarantine because they were so premature. They were born in the fall. Their birthday is this month. And RSV can kill preemies. So we didn't leave the house for 6 months unless it was just to take them to their regular checkups. And then I had 5 babies in 3 years and I didn't get out much. The logistics were really challenging. So I either had to have a lot of motivation or a company to help me. And I'm also very much a homebody. So there are a lot of days I don't go anywhere because I don't want to go anywhere. After giving birth to 6 kids in 6 years, my days have been messy for 15 years now. But it's always been important to me to look nice because it makes me feel nice. Even with lots of spit up, diaper explosions, sticky hands, messy faces, and even though most days I didn't and don't go anywhere if I can help it, I still like to feel good about how I look, but also appropriate for my activities. I'm in a different stage of life now. My youngest is 8, but daily life is still messy with cooking and cleaning and hidden puddles of syrup on the counter, special surprises from the dog, and the occasional glitter explosion. They still happen. So what I want to talk to you about today is how can you dress simple and still look stunning? How can you look and feel great in what you're wearing, no matter what your day has in store for you? And by feel great, I don't just mean like on the inside, I mean on the outside, the comfort factor. There are so many reasons each of us would want simple and stunning and comfortable outfits. So today I'm starting a series on how to take your basic outfits from simple to stunning. Can I say simple and stunning any more times? I might. So I want to show you that you can wear basic outfits that are ready for or suitable for messier times and days, dressier times and days, and everything in between, and still look and feel on the inside and the outside fantastic. You don't have to sacrifice comfort or function to look nice. So I'm going to show you examples of things that you can wear to meet your needs. And today we're starting with tops. And in the following lives, we'll talk about other parts of your outfit. So I'm going to show you some types of items that you can wear, and there's going to be different levels of dressiness and appropriateness for what your day has in store. But let's start with t-shirts. This week I saw a YouTube video that said t-shirts are not elegant. You cannot wear a t-shirt and be elegant. And I have to say I completely disagree. Of course, there are appropriate times and places to wear them. And there are also appropriate types of t-shirts. It's possible you could find the right t-shirt and style it in such a way to wear it to, say, a wedding, but probably t-shirts are not wedding attire, right? So first, let's talk about the appropriate type of t-shirt. This does not include t-shirts that are from your college days that you got from the school bookstore and you've had for 20 years and the neck is all stretched out and you sleep in it. You cut the grass in it. You clean the house in it. Those are not the t-shirts we're talking about. We're definitely not talking about your husband's t-shirts. I'm going to show you some t-shirts that are elegant and can be dressed up, and some are more for dressing down, but they're still really nice because you can look really nice and be dressed down. So this is a t-shirt I love. It's one of my favorites. This, because of the style of it and the pattern, is obviously a more dressed down t-shirt. Depending on your workplace, you could probably wear it to work, I guess, but it's more casual. Camo's casual, let's just be honest. But it's still a really nice t-shirt, and I look very put together wearing this t-shirt as opposed to the oversized, stretched out, faded one that is so nice to sleep in. And we're going to compare that to another t-shirt. Also a t-shirt, but it's solid. It's in a beautiful color that I look fantastic in. It's actually the same color as the sweater I'm wearing right now. It's one of my favorite colors. The style of it is very elegant. It's got a sheen to it. This is a nicer t-shirt, and it can be dressed up more. It can be dressed down more, but it's a very elegant look. And that's me giving the nose at whoever said t-shirts can't be elegant. I have one more to show you. Sometimes it has everything to do with how you pair it. So this t-shirt is actually a little more on the casual side than the last one because it's got a fine ribbing to it. But because of how I've paired it, it looks dressier. I'm wearing it with the ankle pants. The sandals do still keep it more casual, but this is a very nice looking outfit. And there are a lot of places I would go in this outfit and feel very comfortable. So it really has everything to do with where you're going, what you're doing, who you'll be with, and what the purpose is. But there are t-shirts, and then there are t-shirts, and then there are t-shirts. So you can pick from the second two categories and really look elegant, put together, chic, stunning. Okay. Let's talk about the next category of tops. And that is button-ups. I know not everyone loves button-ups. And the benefit of t-shirts is they're super stretchy, right? They're super comfortable. Comfort reigns supreme. Button-ups, not everyone loves them. I happen to adore them. There are button-ups that are stretchy. Most of them are not. They're more structured. They can be more casual. They can be dressier. The same YouTube video was also poo-pooing the next shirt I'm going to show you, but I happen to love it. So there are button-ups, and then there are button-ups, but both types are good. They're both great. It really just depends, again, on where you're going and what you're doing. So she did not like my flannel button-ups, or anybody's. It was just mine. It's not personal. Flannel button-ups are not elegant. I totally disagree. Obviously, it is a more casual look because it's flannel. This is a flannel button-up that makes it definitely more casual, but you can still wear it in a very nice looking way and look very put together. This is one of my favorite shirts, and I will not be parting with it. I love to wear it. I'm still just waiting for the weather to cool down enough to wear it. It's still really warm here. But this is a nice shirt, and it's a step up from pajamas for sure. And I went out to dinner in this outfit before my husband left his career to come join me here. If you don't know that, he's my business partner. He runs all the business and tech end. He ran a tech company before that, and I went out to dinner with his boss in this outfit. It was a sushi restaurant. We weren't, it wasn't a super dressy restaurant, but it was his boss, and he immediately complimented me. He's a very he was into fashion. He always noticed what I wore, like very specific components of the outfit. That's just how he is. Not just me, anybody. And he was like, "Wow, I really like that. You look fantastic." And yeah, I was wearing a flannel shirt. So there. And then there are button-ups. Nice button-ups that you could wear to court, right? Or to a wedding, or that picture didn't load, but that's okay. I have just in case, I had my shirts right here. So I was going to show you this one. This is a nicer button up. It's not flannel. It's more of a crepey focus material. It's the exact same cut and style, but the fabric is different. It doesn't have to be solid for you to be dressier, but solid doesn't hurt. The plaid pattern also makes it more casual along with the flannel, and that dressier button up definitely the fabric and the solid and the color and everything make a big difference. And I have another one here. This is basically the exact same button up with a pattern, just to show you it doesn't have to be solid. This one's in stripes. Obviously, I have a very casual lifestyle because I'm not the CEO of anything, and I don't go to an office that requires such things. But I dressed it down with jeans, and this was a date night with my husband, and this is a very put together look, but it's also very comfortable. We're going to talk about bottoms next week, but this is not a super tight or fitted button up. I can still move around in it, and I know it can really depend on your body type, how button ups fit you, and we're all different, and we all have different sensitivities to comfort. And so what I find intolerable, others don't mind at all, and what doesn't bother me is like nails on a chalkboard to someone else. So these are very comfortable to me. I don't feel restricted or impeded in any way, and they look super put together. So next, let's talk about sweaters, a personal favorite of mine. There are sweaters, and by sweaters, I mean the ones that have pills, that have holes, that are oversized and not in the fashionable way. They just don't fit. What I mean is, some oversized sweaters were made to be oversized, like that is how they were created. And then there are oversized sweaters that just don't fit you. They're faded, they're in bad shape, or they just don't flatter you in any way. And then there are sweaters, which are nice but casual. And I'll show you one of those. This is one of my favorites. This is a more casual sweater. It's got a texture to it. It's a chunky textured sweater which makes it more casual, but it's very appropriate for more casual times and super comfortable. It's just as comfortable as your pajama top, as are the t-shirts, and just as easy to put on your body, just as cozy, but you look so nice and put together. And then we have sweaters that are, there should be a way to spell sweaters instead of sweaters and sweaters. So then this is actually the exact same sweater I have on right now, but just to show you navy to navy, like we're doing apples to apples right here. This is also a navy sweater, but it's silk. It's a silk wool blend, I believe. It's got a very fine material. It still has a looser cut through the body, but because the material is so much thinner, you know, it follows my arms more closely. It's just a dressier sweater. It's the same sweater I have on right now, and just like identical, just a different color. I love this sweater. I have it in 3 colors. I'd buy it in more if I could find it. And that whole outfit is so stretchy and comfortable. I could be in Cirque du Soleil in that outfit if I had any flexibility or acrobatic skills. So it's the skills that are keeping me out, not my outfit. Every bit of that is as comfortable as pajamas. I could sleep in that outfit, and the one I have on right now. So that is every bit as comfortable. This could go to a much nicer workplace. This could take you out to much dressier places, but you're not sacrificing any comfort whatsoever. So those are 3 categories of tops. And, you know, with little ones, like we've discussed the comfort factor. So talking about if you've got more of a messy at-home lifestyle now that you should have to be more careful, then you would just be more thoughtful about, well, like sweaters. When my kids were little, I wore some sweaters. I wore cotton sweaters. I wanted it to be machine washable. And there's a lot of Velcro in the baby world, gear and clothes and things. And I hate Velcro. I've ruined several items with Velcro. Sweaters snag on Velcro. But t-shirts always work. I mean, t-shirts are so easy to wash, and sweaters can be trickier to wash, which is another reason I didn't wear them as much. And so we lived in Atlanta, and it just doesn't get that cold. Also, central heating and air. So, and button-ups, I wore button-ups a lot with them because they were just so easy. So even with the messy stuff, just make sure it's washable and you're golden. And I hope this helped. I hope you could see that you can wear more elevated tops, your t-shirts, button-ups, and sweaters, be just as comfortable, be just as ready to face those messy days, and still feel good about how you look, because that is really the most important part, is that you feel great about how you look. That's it. I get dressed for myself. I don't get dressed for anybody else. I do it because it makes me feel good. I'm sure others around me appreciate that I look better, but it's really not for them. It's for me. Okay, we're going to talk about bottoms next week, and I have a lot to say about that too. So I hope you'll join me as we continue this series of how to take basic outfits from simple to stunning in very easy, comfortable ways. So let's take a look at the comments. Rachel says, great topic. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I think it's such an important topic because I think a lot of people feel lost right now. They're not sure what to wear. Am I being extra because I want to dress up? Am I being too casual because I'm so dressed down? And there is a middle ground. And I've been dressing in that middle ground for 15 years. And I really enjoy it. And I love how I look. Amy says that was me Monday morning. Oh my gosh, Amy. Have you ever had one of those embarrassing moments where you had to stand up? You weren't expecting it or something like that. I've heard. If you have, you don't have to tell us, but what it was. But I've seen and heard so many stories. It's just that's awesome. That's awesome. I love that. I love that people make the effort to at least have the business on top, because not everybody does. I've heard some. Who was it? I wish I could remember who it was, but they shared it. I want to say in the society group that their business place had to send out a set of rules about what you could and could not wear on the Zoom meetings. And one of them was like, you can't be in a towel. You have to have a shirt on. I was just like, the fact that they had to actually like lay that out. And if you're in a business that requires Zoom calls, like, you know, you should know better. Okay. Kathy says, hi from Missouri. Funny. Well, I'm glad I could give you a laugh. Delight B says, what kind of bag is better for a long gray loose fit wool coat? Wow, that is not a 60-second answer. And a lot of it is really personal preference, but those are topics that I do cover in some of my courses, getting more into that. But that's not something I could, like, I have entire lessons dedicated to information like that. So that's not a question I could answer quickly. Kathy says, I had twins and I don't know how anyone does triplets. Kathy, I don't think I knew you had twins, did I? If I did, it's escaped me, and a lot of things have escaped me lately. But do you know what? Going from 0 to any babies is a huge deal. And going from any babies to another baby or babies is a huge deal. And the truth is, you just do it. You step up to whatever your challenge has been put before you, right? So people look at you and they're like, I don't know how you did twins. You're like, well, I just figured it out, because what other choice did I have, right? And if you had triplets, you would have figured that out too. And then, when my fourth was born the next year, I would be like, oh my gosh, I remember when it was so easy. I just had 3. Now I've got 4, right? It's suddenly 3, was easy because my challenge had increased. And my mom always said that, because there were 6 of us kids in my family growing up too. And my mom always said whenever she was feeling overwhelmed or things just felt really hard, she didn't need a break from us. She would volunteer to babysit someone else's kids. And then when they went home, suddenly we didn't seem so hard anymore because there were only 6 of us now. So, we all just step up to the challenge. You could have done it. Kathy says, luckily I had a 2-year-old to open doors. See, and mine were my first. I don't know how those moms who had another child or more children and then had their multiples did it, because I don't know. I don't know how you do that. I know everybody says this, but I had my hands full with the 3 of them and then some. I look at the women who already had kids and then had multiples, and I'm like, how did you do that? How did you do that? So that's cute that he was old. He was so helpful. That's adorable. Kathy says, simple to stunning. Sounds like a really interesting series. I'm all ears. Well, good. And I hope you enjoyed today. Someone else popped in and said, hi, everyone. I can't see your name, but hi. I'm glad you're here. Carol Wickham says she loves this outfit. Well, thank you. I don't know which one it was, but thank you. Patty says you're the CEO of Stunning Style. I am not the CEO of Stunning Style. As a matter of fact, my husband is. I didn't want that title. CEOs have to do hard things. I don't want to do any of the things CEOs do. He handles the business decisions and all that, and he also handles the tech and all the stuff that I hated doing when it was me doing most of it. So no, in fact, I'm the one who said it. I'm not the CEO. You're the CEO. I don't want to be the CEO. So he's given me some other titles. His favorite is like Chief Hottie of the office. He's gotten very creative. Some of them I can't repeat. But I think the official one we've settled on is I'm Chief Creative Officer or the Chief Content Officer. They both have CCO, whatever. That's what I am. I'm all the content, which is the part that I want. That's the part I enjoy. And so I'm glad that he's the one doing all that other stuff. I don't want to. And I don't think CCOs wear suits and like pencil skirts. They certainly don't when they work in this house and there's a constant revolving door of kids and a dog coming in and out. It's hard to walk the dog and take her to go potty in heels, Sidewalks are all uneven. Break my neck. Someone says, I love your sweaters in navy and the berry color you're wearing now. Thank you. I also have it in black. I love these sweaters. I wear them all the time. All the time. Oh, and that was Carol Wickham. Thanks, Carol. Kathy says, LOL, Cirque du Soleil, you're so cute. It actually causes me pain to watch it. That looks like it hurts. Yeah, that's amazing. They've trained so hard. Yeah. Nancy says, are there links to these wonderful tops? I've had these for a very long time. This sweater was featured in the winter, I want to say 2019 wardrobe guide. And anything that I've linked in any of the guides are always exclusive to society members. The doors are currently closed, but the 2021 winter guide will be coming soon, and you can learn more about it and join the waiting list at stunningstyle.com/society. But you can't, you can't buy these anymore. They're not there. I wish. Marion says, jewelry, dresses up, t-shirts. We will be talking about accessories in this series. So yes, totally agree. Kathy agrees with Marion. Kathy says, I even wear smaller earrings when I walk the neighborhood in my workout clothes. And yes, April, I do it for myself. Yes. It's for you. It really is. I mean, it's nice that if others appreciate it and compliment us, right? It's nice that if other people think we look nice, but really, I mean, I can tell you more than half the days since I became a stay-at-home, work-from-home mom, I have seen 0 people outside of my family. And my husband used to travel a lot for his job, so there were a lot of days I didn't even see him, and it was just these little babies. They didn't care what I was wearing. I cared. It just made me feel better. I tried it for 2 days, not getting dressed, because people kept saying, oh, you don't have time for that. You should, take that 20 minutes and sleep and don't worry about that. And I tried it for 2 days and I just felt awful. I didn't like it. The extra 20 minutes is worth it to me. So, and she thinks the towel story is funny. I need to go back and look in the group. I wish I remember who said that, because that was really funny that they had to spell that out, and a little appalling at the same time. Christy says, hi. People have gotten a bit too comfortable. Dress matters even at home. I know someone who just missed out on a new job because they wore a comfy hoodie to their Zoom interview. Wow. Yeah, don't wear a hoodie. Wow. Like, do you know, when I was 19, I went and interviewed to be a server at a restaurant. My parents own their own business, they're accountants. And my dad was born wearing a business suit. So I was raised kind of in this always dress your best, but it doesn't have to be expensive, right? But always dress your best, especially with something like that. And I showed up at the interview to wait tables, right? Wearing the nicest clothes I had. I was wearing a dressy blouse, and I think I wore a skirt. I wore a church outfit, and no one else showed up dressed like that. And the manager told me, and I had no experience. And sometimes it's really hard to get a job when you have no experience in that field. And you're like, but how am I going to get any experience if no one will hire me if I don't have any experience? You know what I'm saying? And he told me, usually I don't hire anybody with no experience, but you showed up looking so nice and you really obviously put a lot of effort and thought into this interview that I'm gonna hire you. Even though there were servers who were applying that did have experience. And so it really does matter. Thanks for sharing that, Christine. Kathy says, I may not have mentioned my twins. They're 42. They're males, but they're interested in dressing well, which is such a nice surprise. Oh, that's sweet. Michelle says, hi from Ontario. I have a closet full of nice shirts. I keep my basic t-shirts and leggings for that matter for cleaning or relaxing at home where comfort is key. No button downs. They don't suit my busty narrow shoulder frame. Yeah, button downs aren't for everyone, but I wanted to show a variety of options because some of us do love button downs. One of my very favorites is my denim one. But I even wear my nice stuff at home. If I don't wear it at home, when am I going to wear it? Because I don't like to go anywhere. Kathy says, I love your titles. Well, thank you. I do at least amuse myself as well. Marion says, I wore a suit for an interview with Toys R Us and got a better job than cashier. I believe it, Marion. I believe it. It really does matter that people notice. They really do. And back, I was the director of public relations and marketing before I left to go on bed rest and be a stay-at-home mom. And how people dressed influenced my hiring decisions, because if you don't care enough to put on, and it didn't have anything to do with like if I actually liked their outfit or how expensive it looked, just like don't show up to an interview in jeans and a t-shirt or sneakers or a hoodie. You know what I mean? If you didn't think enough of this job and this opportunity to put on the nicest clothes you own, or just, something very appropriate. And it was a business professional environment. The men wore ties and dress shirts. I wore pencil skirts and heels and blouses and suits, right? If you can't even be bothered to put on something nice for an interview, then how much effort are you going to put into your job? And if you don't have those clothes, you have to dress the part. We have a dress code. Kathy says, when I was growing up and when I taught interviewing and getting a job, it was a rule of thumb to dress one step higher than the job for which you are interviewing. That's a good one. And there are people who say dress for the life you want rather than the life you have. I'd say that's true in a professional environment. That would not be true for me working from home and wearing my dressy clothes that I love. That's my favorite. Dressy clothes are my favorite. I loved being able to dress up every day, but I already have the job I want, first of all. And second of all, there's no room for growth here. I've maxed out my leveling, and there's just can't do pencil skirts and heels with the kids and the dog and stuff. So, but that's a great tip. So a lot of people, I'm sure, are out there job hunting right now. It's a weird time. So hopefully that's a tip that helps somebody. Don't go to an interview in a hoodie. And I don't care what you're interviewing for. Like I said, I was interviewing to wait tables, and I showed up looking nice. And that's why I got the job, because the effort mattered. And I would say that is probably even less common now for people to put their best foot forward when showing up to interview, especially at a place where that's not the type of dress that's going to matter. So, all right, ladies, thank you so much for joining me. It was a pleasure as always. I love these midweek breaks with you. I hope it was a wonderful boost to your midweek. And I hope you'll join me again next week for this weekly style snack. We'll be continuing the series next Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern time. And we will be talking about bottoms, because I know that is where a lot of the trouble comes from. Well, someone else says, my father always taught me to appear at the breakfast table dressed for the day. No jammies, curlers, etc. I have done this all my life and do not feel right if I do not. Yeah, I mean, that's just how my parents were. You get up and you get dressed in something nice and appropriate for the day, even if you're not going anywhere, even on Saturdays. Like, we weren't punished or anything for it. They didn't force us to do it, but it was just the example I was raised with. So I think that's awesome. I can't see who said that, but thank you for sharing that. All right, I will see you again next Wednesday. Have a wonderful rest of your week.